Hello, artists, and welcome to Square One Art. Square One Art is a fundraiser, which is a way to raise money. We're raising money for the PTA so that they can do special things like field trips and other fun celebrations like movie nights. We're going to raise money by creating artwork that then is sent to a company called Square One, and they put your artwork into a catalog to show your families all the different things they could buy with your art on it. And then your family can choose to buy something with your art on it, like a mug or a bag. Welcome, friends. I need to pick the first initial of my name, either my first name or my last name. And I'm going to draw that letter right here. So I can pick from an L or an E, and I'm only picking one letter. I'm actually going to pick the E, and I need to make this letter either block or bubble on my paper. So I'm going to start with just drawing the letter, normal, and then I can use my pencil to go around that line to make it block. Same thing if I wanted to do bubble, but bubble letters are just a little bit more curvy. So I would just do this to make the letter. Now obviously I don't need the line in the center. So what I'm going to do is trace with a Sharpie around my letter, and then inside the letter I will erase the E that I drew originally. Now I'm going to draw some straight lines in the background, and I'm going to start with a pencil, and I'm going to make 4 lines with my ruler. And then I'm going to erase any lines inside my letter. And I'm going to trace over these background lines with a Sharpie. But if I do this freehand, the line does not look straight. So I need to use my ruler again. And I'm going to be really careful to stop and start so that I don't go on the inside of the letter. I want it to look like the lines are in the background. Now I'm going to add a black and white pattern inside my letter. And I can pick any pattern I want, maybe with lines, maybe with shapes. I think I'm going to use a wiggly line. And then patterns repeat, so I would repeat the line. Okay, now we also want the letters to really stand out. So we can also thicken the line around our letters. If you only thicken on one side, however, it will make your letter look sort of 3D. So it's up to you how you want to thicken the letters. Do you want to just do it on one side so that it looks 3D? Or do you want to do it around the edge of the entire letter so that it really stands out and is nice and bold? Okay, before I continue on, I need to add my name somewhere on the inside. It can't be on the edge of the paper because it will get cut off. So I am going to put my name right here, and you can pick a place on the inside of your paper to put your name, just your first name. We don't need your last name unless somebody else in the class has the same first name as you. Okay, now I'm going to be adding patterns to my background. I'm going to do this with colored Sharpies. So I'm going to make sure that I've put away my ruler and my pencil, my eraser, and my black Sharpie into the table bin. And now I can start to use some of these. You can do any type of pattern you like. Maybe you would do polka dots or flowers or other shapes or just lines. But your pattern is something that repeats. So it needs to be colors, lines, or shapes that repeat. We are not doing any numbers or letters or words. Okay, now that I have filled all of my shapes with patterns, I need to finish coloring because in Square One, we want to make sure that there's not really any white space. This will show up so much better if our entire picture has color than if we have a ton of white on the paper. So Square One says that you want to make sure it's full of color, which is what I'm going to do now with my crayons in between all of my Sharpie lines. The only place that I'm going to leave black and white is my letter, but everything else I'm going to color. Friends, as I color my name, I'm going to make sure that I don't use a dark color to cover over it. I want to be able to see my name. And remember to leave your letter black and white. Don't color over it. Now friends, some of your shapes you can just color right on top like I did with this. But other shapes you don't want to do that because it will cover over what you did with your colored Sharpie. So if you're using a dark color to color the background, you need to color around your shapes. Otherwise you're going to cover up what you did with the Sharpie. If your crayon breaks, that's okay. Take the extra piece, put it in the basket, and you can keep using it. Okay, I have finished coloring all of the background. I'm going to make sure that I have covered over any places where there are marshmallows or little white spots. And then you're all done. Great job, friends!